Welcome to Around the Oaks, episode 4. I'm Travis.
I'm Craig.
And we're here bringing you a very important step in the life of our church. We're going through a little bit of a staff change for a very important aspect of what we do here on a day-to-day basis. So we're looking at a new preschool director, and we also brought in the current preschool director now, former soon, to talk with them and see what's going on, how things are changing, and what will be staying the same and changing for the better.
Yeah, very exciting time. I think the transition's been incredibly smooth, but we just felt it was important for you to get to know who the new director is and hear Laurie talk about where the school is at, because she has just done an amazing job making this a very important part of our outreach to our community.
Yep. All right, so before we get into the deep interviews, I'm going to ask you a question. What's
Icebreaker.
Your favorite sandwich?
What's my favorite sandwich?
Yep.
Oh, do I go first?
I'll start. My favorite is a Philly cheesesteak.
Philly cheesesteak.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that. Do you have a place? Can we do a little free advertising here?
Homemade?
Homemade.
Yeah, they have this sauce in Pennsylvania. We couldn't find it down here, so we had to.
That's where you got to go.
Yeah, it's like tomato sauce, but it's a bit thicker and it tastes better.
Yeah.
Pasta sauce doesn't hit the same.
No. So it's like marinara with a kick.
Yeah.
Kind of. Okay.
Great explanation for it.
Cheesesteaks, amazing. And of course, Philly cheesesteak is the apex. If you've ever been to Philly, got to get a cheesesteak. And then I think if you're ever in Florida, that's where you get my favorite sandwich, which is the Cuban. I love the Cuban sandwich. We lived in Lakeland, and we go to Tampa, we go to Ybor, and get legit Cuban sandwiches. There was a great place in Lakeland actually that just closed for business, but and there's some decent places around here. I think the downtown deli has good Cubans. So yeah, love
Publix
Cubans.
Is a nice fast Cuban.
That's a fast Cuban. Yes.
And we also have an announcement about the podcast. Audio-only versions are now available on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcast. There might be more to come. It's a bit of a pain to set up, but they're there.
Well, Travis, why would somebody want to know about the audio-only versions of this podcast?
Because some people don't like looking at us.
What? I can't
believe
that.
It's just a more convenient form to get it. It automatically comes up in a feed. If you're already listening to other podcasts, it's a great way to find it. We're still focusing mainly on the video portion of the podcast, but it's available on the side.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why people wouldn't want to see us, though.
I couldn't imagine why.
I mean, I think
look at this.
We're good looking. Yeah. Oh, now this I can see. We still have not addressed this. I'm sorry. The pictures are right over there. I need some help getting them up. Sorry.
An update to the challenge we issued last week. Draw us an oak tree.
Oh, last podcast.
Yes.
Draw us an oak.
It was just draw something for the background. We're going to make it oak trees, and we're going to make a forest right over here.
Oh, so we're going to let our viewers, our followers contribute to the backdrop.
Next week we'll have
at least one. Incredibly dangerous and dumb.
Yes, very.
But hey, why not? Let's do it.
Yep.
Doesn't have to be anything, your artwork.
Doesn't have to be anything special or extraordinary. Just make an oak tree. Have your whole family do it. Make it a family building activity.
Wow, and then see it on the screen.
Every
Unless, of course, you choose the audio-only version, and then you'll never be able to see the glorious artwork that people
make it
contribute.
a picture.
Well, we are here with Yohan Murillo, who is our new preschool director as of Friday. As of Friday. And then our outgoing director, who has been here for a decade.
Not quite.
Almost a decade.
Almost.
You gotta hold the microphone up.
Laurie Templin is here. And we're just so glad you guys stopped by the Around the Oaks podcast to be with us. And for those of you who do not know, who are new to Oakland Press, or you don't know much about what we're about, one of the biggest things that we're doing right now and have been doing for a while is an outreach to the community called the Oakland Presbyterian Preschool. And it takes place out on our CLC. There's about 75 kids that are a part of the school, along with their families. And the vast majority of those kids are not a part of our church. So it's a way that we can really reach out to the community. Gosh, our community needs great early childhood development and education. So we're just proud of this school. And it's going through some changes. And Laurie, starting out with you, what was the process? What led to you retiring from this position?
Retiring. We had a lot of challenges 9 years ago when I came into the preschool. Mm-hmm. There was a lot to be done. We actually had 8 children enrolled.
8. Grand total.
And we were in the hole quite a bit. And so through 9 years, things have really grown and prospered and checked off a lot of boxes. And I started teaching preschool to be with my youngest child, who is now 16 and going to be a senior in high school. And it was time for me to focus on him rather than the 80 that are enrolled for August. So
80.
Mr. Yohan has 80 enrolled for August. So it was time for me to focus on him because I'll never get this time back. Yeah. And I feel really good about handing the preschool over to the very capable hands of Mr. Yohan. Mr. Yohan's been with me for 4 years and has been absolutely outstanding. So it was just, it hit me at spring break that I'll never get Cade's senior year back again. Mm-hmm. And that the reason I got into preschool was to be with him. And so it's time to hand it over to capable, younger, forward-thinking. So I feel really good about handing it over to Mr. Yohan.
You're going to make sure Cade doesn't coast through senior year?
Yes, that's the goal. Mr. Yohan actually has coached Cade in basketball. So he knows a different side of Cade than I do. He sees Cade differently. I see Cade as his goal in life is to do as little as possible.
Is Cade going to be watching this? I don't know.
Maybe.
All right.
So,
Cade, we love you.
We love Cade. We love Cade.
We're
yes.
excited about your senior year.
And Cade and Travis are good buddies. Yep. Travis is one of Cade's favorite people at the church. He and Travis share the same sense of humor. I don't know if that's a good thing, but so.
It's an interesting thing.
Yeah,
we'll
yes,
leave it as that.
yes. So,
Mr. Yohan, what factor most made you interested in applying for the director position?
I would say that the biggest factor was that it felt the preschool I have this like really close connection to with it. Like it feels like home. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm not part of the Orlando area, I'm still getting used to it, but the preschool feels like home. So that was a big factor, to be able to run something that like I've been able to help nurture. So that's really a big factor as to why.
So you were really interested in it because of what you had previously experienced from inside.
Yeah, if the preschool has a very welcoming and very family-like environment. Mm. So like every teacher knows every kid, and every kid knows every teacher. So it's a really welcoming place.
And Mr. Yohan is the rock star of the preschool. Mm-hmm. So all the families, some families may have been a little, oh, he's a man. It's like, yes, he is, yes. But once they get to know Mr. Yohan,
yes.
they really appreciate him. The children love him. He loves the children. So it's really a win-win that Yohan's been at the preschool for 4 years, and now he's taking the helm. And he has a teacher mentality. He's uncle to 2 of our former students, so he has a kind of a parental attitude too. So he checks all the boxes for. Plus, he's very forward thinking. He's got good ideas for taking us. He's not like me with computers, Travis. So,
Laurie, going back the last couple of years with just all the upheaval that was happening, COVID. Actually, the school wasn't shut down a long time. It was shut down for a while, and then you had to kind of just be vigilant. What got you through?
Well, we really never wanted to leave. We went out on spring break. Spring break started Friday the 13th, which we've joked about since 2020. We went out on spring break, and that's when Orange County and the country shut down. So we had to shut down. We fortunately had our own Facebook group for the preschool, which was a lot of fun. The teachers would get on every day and interact, tell stories, read books, do different things. So we kept it alive. Our graduation, which was a Zoom, which was really different for us, but we came back for summer shorts, and we were able to come back for summer shorts as kind of a test of our sanitation procedures, how we were going to keep the children apart, the teachers apart, how we would handle that. And it's just evolved since then. We've never closed, and it's been, it's worked really well. It's the parents really appreciated us being here, keeping that normalcy. And of course, we all wanted to be together with kids. We really only lost April 2 months. We basically lost 2 months, but we kept in touch through Facebook, and so it's been good. It's evolved a lot, of course, with the different waves of COVID. This past school year, I think right before Meet the Teacher was the Omicron variant coming through. So we lose students, we gain students, and luckily a lot of parents entrusted us because they'd never been inside the school.
Yeah.
They couldn't come in.
That's
we kept
true.
parents
Yeah,
away, and they just would hand their children over to us. And luckily, fortunately, we were very blessed that everyone felt safe and felt like we were their home. So it was
very cool,
very positive.
Yeah.
A lot of cleaning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I bet.
we had a great spray, sanitary spray, disinfecting spray that made everything smell like an Italian restaurant. So it was great. Yeah, we thought we were at Olive Garden every day. So yeah.
Smells like breadsticks in here.
Yes. So
What do you hope for the preschool in the coming years?
oh, it's going to be great. Yeah. I just see it continuing to grow, and Yohan's going to take it even further. So I think it's on a very positive path, and it can only get better. So Yohan's got great ideas. So
What's the one thing, Laurie, that you were able to accomplish, and you point to that and go, I'm really proud of that. I'm really grateful I was able to do that. What's the...
There's so many things, many things. And the congregation, I think a big thing is the congregation getting behind the preschool and becoming invested in the preschool, because the preschool used to kind of be this entity back there that the congregation really didn't get to interact with as much. And now the congregation is a great part of the preschool. They support the preschool. They pray for the preschool. They know who the teachers are. They know we're important to them. They're important to us, and they know we appreciate them. So that's been huge. We have an excellent preschool board of church members who really support the teachers and support the preschool. So I think just keeping us from closing, that we were able to, because there was a point when I first started that the preschool board was considering, do we need to close?
Yeah.
And so we're not going to close.
No.
We're solid.
No.
Our reputation in the community is very solid. So I think the big thing is that Oakland Presbyterian Church is very proud of Oakland Presbyterian Preschool and proud to call the preschool part of the church. Yeah. So that's really important to me, that we have that appreciation for all of us.
I'm going to miss you. I mean, I'm just going to say it right now. I'm going to see you on Sundays. That's going to be great, but it's not going to be the same.
Well, thank you.
You know, the fun outfits, the bubbly personality, man, it is awesome. I love Yohan. I mean, I'm so excited about you, but I have a hunch there's not going to be too many tutus that you're going to be wearing.
No.
You know, bubbly is probably not a description for you. Nice, kind, very competent, lovely, but not quite as bubbly as this one. So what are your goals, Yohan? What do you share with the church? What you're excited about and what you're thinking about is the next steps for the church, for the school?
Well, I'm excited for the preschool in terms of that we can continue to grow, you know, get as many people in the community involved with the preschool. You know, of course, just increasing the attendance of the students to have just more, you know, children's laughter in the COC, you know, maybe even, who knows, have more space for more kids in the future. But also, sorry, what was the last question? What was the question?
Well, how can the church be supporting you?
They can continue, you know, giving prayers to the staff and the children for the continued health and safety, and also if they can pray for one of our teachers, Miss Amanda, who currently is having issues with, what was it again, Miss Laurie?
Vertigo?
She's had vertigo, and she just had an MRI, and they've determined she has a lesion.
Oh.
So she has to see some specialists.
Okay.
So this
is one of our teachers.
Yes, Miss Amanda, who the congregation is very familiar with because they prayed her through breast cancer.
Oh.
So the congregation really lifts her up, and
so we need to keep doing that.
Keep lifting Miss Amanda up. Miss Amanda has twin children, a boy and a girl. So she's very bubbly and bright, and we want her to come back and be with us. So she's supposed to see a specialist the 28th of July, but we want it to be sooner so she doesn't have that weight on her for a month of what's going on. It's a lesion in the pons area of her brain.
We need to pray for her.
Yes.
What else? How can we be supporting this amazing school? It's a part of our ministry.
Just, you know, continued connection, you know, attendance from, you know, if we have events, you know, hopefully invite some of the congregation to come out so the students and the families can get, you know, familiar with the congregation and what the church has to offer.
So the first event that's coming up, now that summer shorts is just a couple days from being done.
Right. Yes.
You guys take July off, and then
we have Meet the Teacher.
Yeah. So give us the particulars on that.
So Meet the Teacher, we can invite the parents to come a day before school starts so they can see the classroom, you know, talk with the teachers and get to know the teachers. And then, you know, of course, complete any paperwork or hand any paperwork they have to do. We tend to have the board members there as well, so they can get familiar with some of the board members. We tend to have Mr. Fred.
Yep, Mr. Fred.
Mr. Fred hand out snacks to the students.
Cookies or raisins, yes.
I'll be there.
Yes.
I'll be there. Yeah, I love hanging out down there. It's awesome.
All right. Well, thank you both for joining us as we look forward to missing you, sadly, but also into the new exciting time of Mr. Yohan leading the preschool. Thank you both for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
All right. Back after the interview.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, really enjoyed hearing from them.
So, another question to kind of break up the flow.
Icebreaker.
If you lost your cell phone, how many of your contact numbers could you recall? Okay,
so you lose cell phone.
Yep, lose your cell phone. You can't back up your phone numbers.
So yeah, you're basing it only on memory.
Pay phone.
Yeah, 2. This is an easy one. 2. Mine and my wife's. That's all I know. That is all I know. I don't know the church's main number. I don't have that memorized. I would have to be everybody send me back your contact information because I'd be lost. But I do know mine, and I do know Lynn's. Honestly, do I need to know any others than those 2? Do I really? Maybe my son, daughter, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know, maybe I'll work on those next. How about you?
I'm going to say 3. And that's mine, my brother's, which is only a digit off of mine.
Oh,
so
well.
pretty easy.
Yeah.
And my mom's.
And your mom. Okay. So you're not like a photographic memory kind of person.
Austin is, but I'm not.
You're not? Okay.
Everything gets saved in the phone and I forget about it.
All right. Well, one, I hope that never happens. I hope I never lose my phone, because if I lose my phone, life will stop. I won't know what to do next. I'll be afraid to take a step because I don't know where I'm going.
Don't have a payphone to rely on to call people anymore.
Totally dependent on, my phone.
Now we get into what's happening around the Oaks. Why it took us 4 episodes to think about saying that here, who knows? But
I like that. What's happening around the Oaks? Mm-hmm.
Camps are starting. Sewing camp took place last week.
Yes, it was awesome.
It's awesome. Had a good turnout.
Yes.
A lot of kids interested in sewing, and they got their fulfillment. But VBS is coming up July 11th to the 15th from 9 a.m. to 12. That is ages 5 through 5th grade. So it's about the last chance you have to sign your kids up for this. So pay attention now.
And some of the age levels are full.
Yep.
With VBS. I can't remember which ones they are. You'll have to contact the church to make sure that we have openings, because they're going fast. So if you want to do VBS, don't wait too much longer. Same with music camp, though, too.
Yep. I got to look at the paperwork for VBS, the brief outline that they have, and it looks incredible.
Does it look good?
Yep. It looks better than any of the VBSs I took part in. So
you're helping out, obviously,
yes.
doing tech stuff.
And I'll also be leading a group. So that's
fun. Oh, you're leading a group as well?
Yes.
Lynn and I are the recreation.
Oh.
Yes. We are the games people, which means we have the worst job. Why?
You have the funnest job.
No, it's the worst job, because where do they play the games?
Outside.
I am not looking forward to that. It is going to be hot and muggy, and it guarantees that week I'm only working half days, because I'm going to go home and I'm going to go into the pool.
We can only hope for a cold front before then.
Yeah, not sure. I love hanging out with kids. It's going to be fun, but being outside, that sounds tough.
Also, coming up in this July is music camp, the 25th to the 29th, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Completed kindergarten through 5th grade. Also
filling up.
Yep.
Just talked to Bonnie right before you got in here, and she said that they're pushing over 25 kids. That's a lot. I think they can take a few more, but I wouldn't wait on signing up.
It's a show based on the Bible story of Jonah.
Nice.
Right?
Yes.
The whale? Yep.
Yeah, you got it.
I got him confused with Noah
Jonah
for a
and
second.
the whale. Yeah.
But
or the fish. Not really a whale.
The large sea animal.
Large fish.
But that'll be recorded similar to this, same camera, and that'll be sent out via an e-blast to the congregation on our mailing list. So you need to join that mailing list soon.
To be able to see the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
It won't be just public on our YouTube channel. It will be private to the mailing list and to the parents of that performance.
Ah, that's good to know.
So if you want to see it, you need to sign up for the mailing list. This is your last chance to do so.
I hope I'm on the mailing list. Well, I'm going to see the show in person. I mean, I'm not going to fool around with that.
We also have some new staff members that we're welcoming.
Yes. Oh, gosh. Well, it's been awesome. We've brought on Dawn, D-A-W-N, as our church administrator in the church office. She's doing an amazing job. Oh, my gosh. We are so blessed to have Dawn on our staff team. She's already making her mark. She works really, really, really hard. She loves to get things organized, and we had a lot of stuff that was kind of flying around all over the place. And so she's bringing that back together. Have you been able to work with Dawn very much lately?
Not really, but I mean, if you see the Facebook, you see it's starting to liven up. There's a lot of fun posts that you're just not going to scroll past and think nothing of.
Yep.
So she's doing an amazing job with that.
Yep.
Be sure to let her know that anytime you see her.
Yep. She's doing a great job. She's working on kind of our database right now, and she's working on she's working on a bulletin
rehaul.
What's that?
Rehaul.
Overhaul, yes, of the bulletin, which we're going to be getting your feedback on here probably in a week or two. And then she's also working on overhauling the website.
So
Rehauling would not be the right word. Overhauling.
Yep.
The website. And then Don, D-O-N, Stanton. This is very confusing. We just hired 2 Dons. But one's D-O-N, Stanton. He is our new property manager. We have known him for a good amount of time because he has been a very regular and active participant in our men's prayer breakfast, which happens on Tuesdays. And that's kind of how he found out about the opening. And he is retired, but still very active, and thought this job would be a good way to spend his time. And he is awesome. He's doing a fantastic job. Things are shinier, cleaner around the church. It's just great having him here. He works hard and really wants this church to look good. So we're blessed to have him. And we are in the market for a 3rd new staff person, and that is our youth director. We have a job description approved. It is posted on Indeed. If you know of anybody that you think could be a blessing to our middle school and high school kids, give them some leadership, some discipleship. We would love to talk to that person, and we want to talk to them now. We are already getting, my understanding is we're getting some pretty good applications already. So that's exciting. It's a 10-hour position, so it's just part-time, mainly focusing on, just the weekly activities, but also kind of looking ahead to doing some big stuff too. And we just really want to get that person on board. So that's happening now.
Yep. And it'll be a great time. I mean, I know most of the kids in the youth group, and they're wonderful to be around and work with. So
yep,
look forward to that.
Yes.
But I think that's about all we have for this week. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Go down and comment. It helps out a lot. I found out how much it helps, and it is a lot more than everything else. But go ahead and like the video too, or dislike it if you feel that we did a poor job. But do those things. It helps out a ton. So we can help keep making this podcast grow and grow along with our church.
And I just want to say, if I can interrupt you, which I always do anyway, I want to just say thank you to Travis for hosting this podcast. Have you done a podcast before?
No.
Yeah. Well, this has been a lot of fun. And we actually have a few people that are watching this, and they tell me about it, and they enjoy it. And I just show up and I talk, which is easy for me, if you know me. He's the one that's doing all the technical and all the editing and posting and all that stuff. And so just a big thank you to you, Travis, for taking this on. It's been a lot of fun.
But also thank you to all of you for watching this. It's a lot harder to talk into a camera knowing that we're going to get like 5 views on the end of it rather than the hundreds that we have been. So thank you all for watching and continuing
hundreds?
to support.
It's hundreds?
I think all of our videos are over 100 now.
All of them are over 100.
So thank you.
Wow. Is that just you going back and logging on over and over again? No?
No.
That's actual people.
Yep.
Wow. That's exciting.
So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you back next time.